On today's episode of Watch JR Go, we are here with my $750 monster truck, and apparently we're naming it the Bondo Express. What is going on, guys? I am Watch JR Go, and I started a poll on YouTube after the first video came out and asked what we should call this thing. And I said Micromax Too Chilly, its original name, which is, you know, machined into the valve covers, super nice, and Bondo Express. And all of the votes were Bondo Express. So I guess this is the Bondo Express. It's an apt name because the amount of Bondo is hilarious all the way around the truck. I mean, thick with 2 to 3 C's. It's a lot of Bondo. But this 1983 Toyota pickup is powered by probably the third, maybe second, third greatest engine of all time, the Chevy small block. It's easy, it's reliable, it's cheap to work on, and it's just a good old engine, you know? So we're gonna get this thing running. It has a mechanical fuel pump. They told me that the mechanical fuel pump failed and was probably dumping fuel into the oil, typically what happens, and it just needs an electric fuel pump, basically. It also needs batteries. So today's step one, we're gonna go get batteries. I needed to know what series they were, so we're here to take a look at those first, and then we're gonna head over to OReillys, pick up some batteries, and that should make it easy to crank. That is, if it cranks. So I guess let's test this thing out first and find out if it cranks, because we kind of need to know. And you guys corrected me and said this is actually, it's the Toyota pickup, which is the Toyota Hilux, but it's not a Tacoma. I don't know, I'm not crazy into Toyotas or anything, so I didn't realize the Tacoma didn't come out officially until '95. So anyway, today's to-do list, see if it cranks, check out the gas tank. We're gonna inspect the gas tank, see how rusty it is, maybe pick up a click-clack fuel pump, a 12-volt one, and try to get some fuel in this so it'll turn over and maybe start. I went and grabbed the jump pack. Now, before I get under there, I need to clean up my transmission fluid mess. It does leak a lot of fluid. You can see I've already cleaned it up once, but we're gonna get it knocked out. All right, let's hook the jump pack up. We'll turn it on. It's hooked up to the starter directly, and this is one of those starter diagnostic deals from OReillys that lets you kind of remotely crank the car. So we're gonna hit the switch here. It turned. I think this battery is basically dead. But hey, the thing's turning over. Come on! That's like a full revolution right there. So let's go get some batteries because we know it cranks. That's good news. And let's get some oil because, you know, like if the oil is contaminated, we need to fix that now. So I think we'll start by dumping the nasty oil, putting batteries in it, and hopefully once it has batteries, it cranks. Because right now if you turn the key, nothing happens. I would like it if something happened. I think that's everything I need, I think. Maybe it's just a squirt bottle for some gasoline. Also, this fuel pump they said is bad is brand new. If you guys can see it, there's like a brass housing up there. That's one of those diaphragm fuel pumps, like the original mechanical style. It just has a little lever that pushes on a diaphragm, and that's supposed to shoot the fuel into the carburetor. So we're gonna pull that off, put a block off plate in there, put an electric pump on it to make troubleshooting easy for the rest of our lives, and then just take this hose that was going from that gas can on the front end, and put that in the carb. Is it dead? What's going on here?
I think we may need batteries for more than just the truck.
Yeah. Oh, that battery gave up. This thing's brand new. And these batteries, no! Don't leak in my new Snap-on toys.
It's not necessarily a cheap toy.
No, it's not. Okay, well that's how the cookie crumbles. Oh yeah, I did already go to OReillys earlier and I bought some diag tools we needed to get this thing running tip top. One of the coolest things, inline spark tester, so you don't have to put a plug on it and then sit there and hope it doesn't fall down, or just so you can see spark on the end of the plug. Nah, you just put this in line and crank it. And then an automotive stethoscope so we can listen for problems. Before we get too far into fixing the Bondo Express, I need to take a second to tell you about the sponsor of today's video. Cometeer. Cometeer isn't like other coffee. They offer delicious pour-over quality coffee that's incredibly convenient, brewed 10 times stronger, and delivered in a frozen recyclable aluminum capsule. Cometeer sources their coffee from some of the world's best specialty coffee roasters, which is then ground and brewed to perfection. The brewed coffee is then immediately flash frozen to lock in exceptional freshness and flavor, Just add 6 to 8 ounces of hot water or pour it over cold water for an iced coffee or milk for a latte. The coffee tastes like a barista brewed a cup for you in your own home in less than 2 minutes. I thought Cometeer was awesome because I actually had to learn a new way to make coffee. You open up the frozen aluminum capsule and you drop in the little kind of coffee puck, and then you just pour the hot water right over it, and you've got coffee in just seconds. Currently, Cometeer isn't even open to the public, but by using my link in the description below, you can bypass the waitlist and receive 50% off your first order. That's just $1 a cup. So hit the link in the description below and check out a brand new way to drink coffee. Again, huge thank you to Cometeer for sponsoring today's video and for continuing to support automotive creators like me. And here we are at OReillys to grab all kinds of stuff to get this thing running again. Thanks, Dalton.
Yeah. In your defense, you have way more batteries than I do.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of batteries here. All right, we are heading back to throw these in the monster truck. Oh man, that's service.
Customer service at its finest.
Yes.
See you later, guys.
Later, man. Salt?
You got some salt for? That way you'd have a salt and battery.
Oh man.
Knee slapper.
Oh, what a joke.
But then you might have to be charged for that.
So many battery puns. It's time. I have a feeling this is gonna make a mess because of how high it is and how far the oil might go. So I've tried to use the long oil pan and give us lots of room. Oh! Hey, it's not too fuely. And there's
It smells a little gassy.
just like,
It smells like a typical small block does.
yeah. It's not like blow by, not like,
Right.
and also, there's no metal. That oil's not that bad.
It's got some good color to it. I mean, it is really dark,
It is really dark, but
but it's got a decent color and it doesn't look bad at all.
I think it's fine. I am far less worried about this, like possibly having a damaged block or.
I thought for sure we were going to see some chunks.
Yep. It is not that bad. So we're going full synthetic, obviously. We're running an OReillys Syntec and a Wix filter. We got the Wix XP. Just about done draining this oil down. Pull this filter off of here and we'll start swapping the batteries in. I think the batteries are going to be like the hardest thing to do today because they weigh a ton. It's going to take all we have to manhandle these batteries in. Oh, good call, good call. Is it moving?
It's starting to move.
Oh
my gosh.
that's all I got. I'm about to put the impact on the filter wrench. I've given up.
It is moving though.
Wow.
Keep at it. You almost had it. I'm dead serious. It's moving.
Taking a breath. Jacob is pulling out the old battery, and if you can get the right. Nice. Cable is off, and the oil change is complete, and we know it cranks, and I just filled it with oil. We're looking pretty good.
There's like 20 cables over here that have no business. And this looks like a power lead.
Oh, that's the system, I would bet. If I had to guess, that went to the system in the back. Because there's a big lead that runs up to
yeah.
it.
But also think about this. This is a positive lead that is grounded.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
If it doesn't.
It goes nowhere.
You know.
It goes nowhere.
Still, if that had
Look at
power,
this.
it'd be a party.
The battery box is growing trees. It grew a tree. All right, we'll clean all that out. Let's get the vacuum out. I need to clean the engine bay up because the rat like nonsense is just killing me. So I'm gonna vacuum all the poop out of the engine bay and then we'll be on our way to throwing in new batteries. I forgot I left this here as well. We have the camera going into the fuel tank because we were worried about the fuel tank. Ooh, it's real hot. Okay, I think it's clean. Going in. And the fuel tank appears to be clean inside. Look at that. That's nice bare metal everywhere we look. So I was pretty worried there was a lot of trash in that thing. But now there's the cinder. It has a cinder. Who even bothered to put a cinder in the thing? Anyway, we have smelled this gas, and there is gas in it. I honestly kind of wonder if they just ran it out of gas. Because we didn't see any gas until we got all the way to the bottom, and then we only got to right here.
Yeah, it was only like
What if it's literally just out? and they abandoned this thing because it went low.
They're like, oh, well, E must stand for end.
E is out. That's it. So there's a chance that's all good to go. I do want to get the old fuel out, so we'll probably pump that out. But let's get all these other things wrapped up, move on to getting it started, and then getting the fuel system to work correctly again. It's hilarious. You fill it under here, which I don't even know how. How do you get the gas handle in there? You fill it with the transfer pump. Yeah, you just hope, because this goes nowhere. This is just a. Is it welded shut? It doesn't even open. I'm done. We got a very, very old Motorcraft in there, so it's cool. It's got the window to see if it's good, but I'm gonna go with it's not good. They put drain holes in these battery boxes, but they're at the back, and obviously the back, when the battery box is at this angle, does nothing. So we are adding drain holes in the corners. Oh, I didn't want it to be that ugly. Okay. That's better. I bet it drains now. And I'll add some in the very front too. There we go. That's all I needed. All right, 5 new holes, and I think that'll work a lot better. I vacuumed out that much dirt out of that thing, and all this came out of it. These are the battery isolators here. They're cut up radiator hose. These are all the old terminals they cut off when they quit working. They're all really rough. We've got Jacob on key duty. We've got me on carburetor duty, and here we have my carburetor. So when you start cranking, I'll give it a shot. Go for it. It runs!
Oh, she went cough, bud.
All right, let's see if it'll do it again. Go again. It runs super well. All right, that's a good sign. So I took a wire brush, I cleaned up all of our battery mounting solutions, and now we just have to put all that back. We're gonna go ahead and install our batteries now. This is great. I mean, obviously it's starting was the goal for the day. I'm super pumped about that. Now, let's get it to start again and see if it'll go into gear, which I bet it will. It's like a TH350 or a TH400. They don't really fail. So I bet this thing drives. We just need to figure out, check the coolant, get the fuel going, and then we're cooking. So electric fuel pump is up on the bucket list here, but first we're gonna tie all of this up and get it back to looking pretty. And then the step is staying off because I'm gonna strip that with a wire wheel, paint it black again, and paint the step silver, or maybe paint it all black. I don't know, but I kind of wanted to make it pretty, so we will see. All right, we've got the battery box assembled again with the super starts in it, and we're ready to. We're gonna test the horn, huh?
Yeah.
So let's keys on.
It's on.
Oh yeah. No.
Nope.
Darn.
Nobody's home.
There's that rear fan. It's getting faster and faster. Man, there's a lot of air coming out of the fender wells. I'm surprised, actually. Is this anything? We haven't found anything for that. There's a bunch of stuff that's unhooked here. Will it start again? Sure does.
He wants to. Come on, baby.
Oh. One more again. just like Frankenstein. All right, I'm out of gas. I'm running out. And that was the end of my water bottle. I mean, my gasoline-approved cooling container.
My water bottle, but your gasoline.
And we do have plenty of coolant, and it's circulating. You can see it. I pulled the cap. I can see it moving through the radiator. So I'd say the water pump works. Needs probably topped off, but what a runner.
There is not a questionable noise in that engine.
That
really
engine sounds
isn't.
wonderful, actually. So they said it's a small block Chevy, but I mean, you can see all the performance stuff. It's crazy. Full Excel ignition, long tube headers. I mean, it's probably a 383.
Aluminum heads, all the good stuff.
It's a runner. So, fuel, and I bet we drive it. I bet it moves as soon as we put fuel in it. 750 bucks. I love this thing to death. Anyway, that's your update on the monster truck, and plenty more coming soon. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjrgo.com for cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. I bet I vacuumed 10 pounds of dirt out of this today.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And I barely started. Like, the bed is insane. The bed needs so much pulled out of it.
Those squirrel stash of acorns back here.
Oh man, yeah, there's definitely been a squirrel. But the battery boxes are cleaned up and have drain holes now, proper drain holes. We put the isolators back in, the rubber hoses, they actually work pretty well. It's not the worst idea. Yeah, it's not stupid if it works.
She's mint, bud.
She's mint.
She's mint.
And yeah, we're ready to, the coolant needs to come out. The coolant is nasty. I think I'm gonna trash that back radiator and just put an E-fan on the aluminum radiator because it'll fix everything. Like,
Yes, bud.
yep, problem solved. Anyway, making progress. See if these lines are warming up. Oh, they're not. Didn't run long enough. Coming soon, fuel. Yeah, and I think we're even gonna fix this gas tank. I was gonna trash it and put a plastic one in because they're far better, but it seems clean. We might run it.